Hey, I'm Charles Pan, and welcome to Making Money Right Here, Right Now. That's exactly what we're here to do, help you make money by investing in the stock market. And the way we do it, the real deal. We go beyond the headlines, we look under the hood, we find those little nuggets for you that really make the difference. And here to help our investment pros, Hita Prabhakar. I think that's a new dress. It looks absolutely fantastic. You knew we were going to have a lot of competition because back with us, Dani Hughes, CEO of Divine Capital. Hope you're ready to rock and roll. And Kate, I never saw those shoes on you before. You have a hot date tonight?
I don't, but thank you.
Of course, Tracy is sitting over with the guys today. Hope you can handle it.
Always.
And Matt McCall, you ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
Hey guys, a lot to talk about. And really, we're talking the aftermath of Ferguson, right? There's going to be all kinds of conversations and debates and maybe even a couple of fresh new ideas. I hope so. But already, you know, the riots, the clumsy law enforcement effort has awakened an idea that I really was hoping was just was gone, that no self-respecting politician would dare to mention again: the return of the czar. The Congressional Black Caucus wants a police czar. Now, forget about how much of an affront this is to the nation's police departments, but the economic toll of these czars has really been already a major anchor to this so-called recovery. Think about all the czars we've had already. We've had a TARP czar, we've had a cyber czar, we've had a border czar, an intelligence czar, a terrorism czar, and it goes on and on and on and on. Another layer of bureaucracy, and here's the funny thing: they don't work. Now, these czars, coupled with government agencies, have been really one of the big reasons this is the worst post-recession recovery in history. We can't get any traction. Consider this: since 2009, there have been 1,910 new regulations that have cost American businesses, each one of them, $100 million plus. So, Tracy, here's the thing: the real deal. I get that there was a whole lot of public demand. We wanted to dampen unfeathered capitalism. But was it a green light to destroy capitalism?
I mean, it seems to be a constant green light to destroy capitalism in Washington these days, right? You know, the irony is the definition of a czar is like a monarch who hates humanity and is completely against entrepreneurialism and completely against anything that this country stands for. So, like, that in and of itself, they're even using the wrong word. They got it so wrong
maybe
down
they're
there.
using the right word for what their intent was.
I mean, you know what? Maybe, because we are slowly seeing ourselves move more and more towards socialism. We're going to talk more about welfare and how people are on it and pushing everyone towards this common goal of I'm here from the government, I'm here to help.
But here's the thing, though. This week, you know, France, they have a new finance minister. He's 36 years old. He's not even old enough to, the last time they had a surplus in their budget was in 1974. This kid wasn't even born then, and that's the model we're following, Matt.
But, okay, I don't want to follow France's model, but maybe getting some young blood in there may not be an issue. I think here in the United States, getting rid of some of these gray hairs and get some young people in here, because obviously what's going on is not working. Something needs to change. But I think this administration loved the fact of czars because they have more control over everything, Charles. The more control they have, the more they can control the voting and keep going back and forth to D.C. So I think it's great for them.
Just a reminder, President Obama did not have white hair or gray hair when he took office, so I don't know.
He does now.
I don't know if you'd support your statement on that, but I think local police departments absolutely would flip out if a czar was put into place, because really they're not in touch with Main Street and how they should be policing the people of that particular town. I completely understand the outcry over Ferguson. People want answers. I do not think a czar is the answer at all.
And to your point, guys, really what we've seen since the Obama administration has been in place is a power grab by the federal government. It's federal government at the expense of states' rights. But when you do that, you also come at the expense of the Constitution.
Well, the idea here, I think, is to standardize policy across different places. But you really can't do that in this instance. And the only place we've really seen hiring is in that risk and compliance level of every business, because that's where you have to actually put your money. But the fact is that unless the communities are really engaged with their local law enforcement, that's when you really see change. It's not going to come from the top.
Listen to some of these czars, and you can see that maybe they weren't too successful, right? The pay czar, the Guantanamo closing czar, the Afghanistan czar, the green job czar. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts.
There was a birth control czar.
A green job czar.
There was a birth control czar.
That's crazy. I didn't even know these people existed. But, you know, to Dani and Kate's point, when it comes to local police departments, you know, I come from a town and grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They've had rampant issues with their local police department. And what it comes down to is the training. You can't have a federal mandate to train on that local level. As much as we want to cry to the president to come and help us on a local level, it's just not going to happen.
Charles, but speaking of training, though, you talked about Taser the other day. Like, if you're going to make money off of this, maybe there's a place to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think Taser certainly is a place to go, and there's some individual names that probably you can make money. But I'm talking about bogging down the entire, the entire system. Again, these czars, they cost a lot of money. I think Danny hit it right on the head. Complying with them is just, imagine these small businesses. It's one thing for IBM to say, okay, we've got to put another 10, 20, 30 million toward this. A business doing 3 million a year, just.
It's also part of the whole political favor thing too, isn't it? I mean, because they're unelected officials. Maybe I can go make somebody a czar someday. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't even call myself a czar at home. I call myself Queen Mother, but I never call myself czar. Like the fact that we do this and that we're allowing these people to use these terms is part of the problem.
It's a political move. It's making Obama look like he's doing something by being reactive to a situation.
But so far, it's been an absolute disaster.
They're going to oversee how federal funds are spent. So.
Hey guys, now I want you to know also coming up tonight, I'm going to be with Neil Cavuto at 8 p.m. and you can catch me. We're going to discuss more of this aftermath of Ferguson, and I'm going to tell Neil why I think the black community is actually losing faith in President Obama. But right now, I've got to blow the whistle. Hey, let's open up another page from Payne's Investment Playbook. Now the market keeps moving higher, and Main Street continues to yawn. At some point, though, even the most guarded skeptics might allow themselves to get just a little happier. I'm not talking giddy, but just maybe crack a smile after reading their retirement statement. There's a chance we actually could be in the midst of that, maybe, because if you see the latest read of consumer confidence today from the Conference Board, it's a pretty good number. The headline number, in fact, came in at a 7-year high. Here's the opposite part, though. The expectations number was down for the second consecutive month, underscoring a really complex nature. We have higher confidence, but we're still very wary, particularly about jobs. In July, people saying jobs are plentiful, 18%. People saying that jobs are hard to get, 30%. That is a huge, huge disparity. So the market edged a little bit higher when this confidence numbers came out. The thinking is obviously people more confident. They go out there and they spend more money. When they spend more money, the economy gets going, and it sort of works its way out. We've got a long way to go, though, before this overwhelming confidence. And the real deal, I think American confidence is hostage right now to the political scene, Tracy.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, because I don't think it's incrementally enough to make a difference. There's not enough going on that's forcing anyone to go out and drop some money at the mall. We're still so uncertain as to what's happening in D.C. Heck, they're spending their time picking out czars. They're not doing anything right for us. We are worried about what's going on geopolitically. There's no guidance. There hasn't been any guidance. And so that still makes you hunker down. I think the rich, the luxury is still doing well. They're going to continue to do well. They don't worry about that stuff as much as we do for some reason.
But confidence is the key. I've been asked for years, what is going to get this economy going? The answer is always confidence, whether it comes from better tax code, less regulations, more jobs. Confidence will get us. And if you look at the market and the jobs number, or the confidence number, 80% correlation. So typically when confidence increases, so does the stock market.
Although the market's back at the all-time high and confidence has a million miles to go before it gets back to its all-time high.
Oh, but that makes sense. I mean, 92 million people are still out of work and still looking for jobs. But I think the way to play this, I mean, to Tracy's point, luxury stocks are always going to do well. So my picks, I love Coors, and I also love stocks like Kohl's, for example. You know, when the economy and people aren't as
What's up with
confident.
Kohl's, by the way? I have forgotten all about Kohl's. Where are they positioned on that retail ladder?
Kohl's is interesting because what they're doing is taking a lot of the market share away from Target. Remember back in the day meaning 4 or 5 years ago, Target was sort of the step above Walmart.
That's when it was Target.
The Target, exactly. Wait, but now Kohl's is
gross.
Yeah, that's not luxury.
I would never walk
No,
in.
she's saying it's a way up the ladder.
It's gross. It's like Sears.
Well, Tracy, as I was going to finish, basically what's happening now is that people are trying to, Kohl's is really focusing on the homewares and back to school stuff. So when people are feeling a little bit better about the economy, they want to go there.
Yeah, but I think if you take a look at a couple of stocks that actually reflect the anxiety and trepidation that investors have, you can look at Walmart and Darden Restaurants. Both of them over the last 2 years have returned nothing.
So you're being a little
compared to
contrarian here because both of them had some serious issues. Clarence Otis is out of Darden. They don't know if they're going to split the company or what. Walmart.
Well, they have sold Red Lobster already.
Yeah, I mean, and Walmart is having problems too. So, but you like both of these?
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, you're saying they reflect
they reflect exactly the anxiety that investors have. It's exactly what we're seeing with investors.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think as people feel a little bit more confident, I'm going to stick with my JCPenney, which is acting really great.
God.
It's up
Tracy, I need to be sitting back over there with you because I'm with Tracy.
from the bottom.
Charles.
Every day it creeps creeps up there, I think this is the new Tarjay. Look at that chart. People are saying, okay, I got a little bit of money. I think I'm going to keep the job. I can't afford to go to Nordstrom's, but that
Charles, you're telling me
JCPenney.
people at home, they're aspiring to shop at JCPenney? That's
your
troublesome.
first, that's the baby step towards
You
confidence.
will not see JCPenney in a luxury rap video anytime soon. I will tell you that. But wages are up only about 0.5% since 2009, according to BLS. It's really,
You
really
just made
small.
my argument for JCPenney.
Well,
No,
and
but I'm
can I-
making your argument for why this consumer
But maybe
confidence reading is
JCPenney
really not
should
great.
stock the shelves with something people want to buy. I mean, this is like apple fries at Burger King. Nobody wants
the different,
this stuff.
Let me just break this down to you. Basically, that customer, what Danny was talking about, the people that feel a little bit, they don't have to talk, they don't have to go to Walmart anymore. They are now going to JCPenney. They feel a little bit better.
See, that's
They're
why Anita sits next to me.
Step up to JCPenney.
Sitting across
It's not us, ladies. It's those people out there that don't want to be at Walmart
I'm
anymore.
with you, girl.